Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Farah, and today I'm going to share with you guys my March pile of possibilities, hopeful reads, TBR, what have you. And I almost didn't make this video because I failed my February TBR so badly. I had so many books on there and I maybe got to 4 or 5 of them. But you know what? Who cares? It's fun. Nobody remembers anyway. So let's get started. I think for this month of March, I'm going to be participating in, of course, the Read What You Own challenge. I'm going to be trying to read at least 2 banned books. I'm going to be reading my one huge book for March of the Mammoth, and I'm going to be participating in middle grade March. I'm also going to be picking one book for my Agatha Christie reading project. I am still working on a few books from February that are being pushed into this month, and these 3 I'm just working slowly through them. I might not even have them done by March, but this one is called Memories Before and After the Sound of Music by Agatha von Trapp, and this is going really well. It's very interesting so far. It's exactly what it sounds. Agatha von Trapp was the oldest daughter in the von Trapp family, and it just kind of tells about her life and what it was like, the real version of these kids and their upbringing and their dad and what it was like for them when they went on tour. And this is really interesting so far. So I'm going to continue on with this one. I'm also still reading Cleopatra by Stacy Schiff. This is very, very interesting. This is part of Historathon 2024. And I'm just going to keep going with it. It's really, really good. Next, of course, for March of the Mammoths, I'm going to keep working on Clarissa by Samuel Richardson. This book is huge, but I made a lot of progress in February, and I'm really into it now, and I'm enjoying the story. So I'm just going to keep doing my 10 pages a day, and hopefully I can get it done, hopefully before the summer. So I'm going to keep going with that. So I'm also finishing up Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I don't know if I'm saying it right, and it's really good. I'm about 60% done with that, so I should be done, I think, by the end of the week. It's so good. And I just started a new audiobook that I've had in my hold forever that I kept pushing back, and this one is called The Mountains Sing by Nguyen Phan. So good so far, really enjoying that. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. For my Agatha Christie reading project, the next book I'm going to work on is part of the Tommy and Tuppence series, and this is book number 1 called The Secret Adversary. Really excited to get to this one. I haven't read any of the Tommy and Tuppence books yet, and I've heard that this is a really good introduction into that little spin-off series that she has. So really looking forward to this one. So most all of these books are going to be books that I already own, which is great for the Read What You Own challenge. And I wanted to try to finish up a couple more wintry themed reads because we're getting close to spring, and I don't know if I'll be in the mood to read them if I wait too much longer. So I'm going to go through this one. This is called The Little Book of Hygge. And this is Danish Secrets to Happy Living by Meik, Wiking, the CEO of Happiness Research Institute in Copenhagen. So I got this book a little while ago and I just haven't gotten to it yet, but I am going to flip through it. It just has different ideas and little thoughts and reflections about hygge and the act of coziness and just finding joy in these little things in life. So this should be fun just to flip through. So kind of along those lines, I also have the Snowy Cabin Cookbook, Meals and Drinks for Adventurous Days and Cozy Nights by Marnie, Hanel, and Jen Stevenson. And this is such a pretty book. It's such a nice copy. And this book is, it's a cookbook, obviously, so I'm not going to be reading every single recipe, but it just has fun little things inside. It's filled with hygge also. And some of these recipes look so good. It's just a beautiful book. So I'm just definitely going to enjoy it and try to read some of the recipes before the winter is over. Hopefully we'll get another snowstorm too before it's fully spring. Lastly, we have A Week in Winter by Maeve Bichey. And I think this book is set in Ireland, and it's set on sort of like this bed and breakfast in a coastal town. And it's about people coming together. It's supposed to be very heartwarming and cozy. Found this at the thrift store, so I really want to get to it. But this, I think she's an Irish author. I mean, her name sounds Irish. She might be from Ireland, I'm not sure. But this would actually be great for Irish Heritage Month. So looking forward to this one. I already have the audio for it, so hopefully I'll get through this pretty quickly. Next, I have 2 picks for the banned book challenge that I'm going to be reading, and the first one is Harry Potter, this also counts for middle grade March, and this is Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban. And I read the first 2 Harry Potter books already, and I'm working my way through this series. And, you know, I've seen all the movies, I know what happens, but the books, I just think it's fun to experience it again through the original media of the novels. So really looking forward to this one. I loved this particular movie when it came out, so I think I'm really going to enjoy this book. And then the second banned book is going to be Heartstopper Volume 3. I loved the first 2, so just looking forward to getting into the third one. And then another middle grade novel that we had on our shelves that I wanted to get to is called A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. And I've wanted to read this book for a really long time. I think Disney did an adaptation of this, maybe a movie, which I think I saw. But I'm really interested in reading the book. I don't remember much of the movie anyway, but yeah, so hopefully this is good. And this I got at the thrift store too, but look at it. It's like brand new. I love secondhand book shopping. Okay, so finally, I recently asked my 2 daughters to clean out their bookshelves and so we could donate what they were no longer interested in keeping or holding on to. And I'm looking at you, Dave and Olive, because I know you understand. I had to laugh because Dave and Olive did a video recently of hauling their daughters' used books. And I think for a lot of us, there's not a book that's going to leave our house until it goes through us first. So I did go through the books that they wanted to donate, and some of them had a little bit of sentimental nostalgia for me that I wanted to reread them again before I completely donated them. So these are some of those books. First, we have Twins. Oh, and these are all graphic novels, middle grade graphic novels. So this one is called Twins by Varian Johnson and Shannon Wright, and this looked really cute. I haven't actually read it yet. My older daughter did, and she really enjoyed it. And fun fact, you guys, I'm actually a twin. I have a twin sister. So anything that has to do with twins, I always am drawn to that. And let me know if any of you guys have a twin, or if you have twins in your life or your family. I would love to know. All right, next we have these 2 books. These are a part of I think it's a trilogy. I only have the first 2, but this is Real Friends and Best Friends by Shannon Hale and Phan. And these books are excellent. I remember reading them with older daughter, I think, and she loved them. I love them. They're so heartwarming. They're full of good messages for kids. I really enjoyed them, so I'm going to give them one more reread before I donate them. And these are so easy, you know, they take like an hour to go through, so hoping to re-enjoy these. Okay, along those lines, we have 4 books in the Emmy and Friends series. And these books are so good. They're so good. This one in particular, called Invisible Emmy, blew me out of the water. It was one of those graphic novels, along with one of my all-time favorite middle grade graphic novels, El Defo. But this one, I couldn't get over the ending. It was so good. If you ever come across this, give it a quick read. It's so good. It's really well done. So we have Invisible Emmy, Positively Izzy, which is another really good one. These are written by Terry Libenson. And then we have Just Jamie. This one was also really good. And then we have Becoming Brianna, which I haven't read this one. I started it with my daughter, but she lost interest, so I'm going to give it a quick read. And then I will move these along. I have a friend that's an elementary school teacher, so I usually donate my middle grade stuff to her. All right, and along those lines, another 3-book series that I have. There's more in the series, I think, but I only have the first 3. And these are the Sunny Side Up series, and this book is amazing as well. This graphic novel was so well done, such great storytelling, great illustrations, and it tackles some heavier topics that some kids might be going through. This particular character is sent away to live with her grandfather while her parents deal with her older brother who has a drug addiction. And that sounds really heavy, but it was done so well. It blew me away. I have the other 2 books in the series, Swing It Sunny and Sunny Rolls the Dice, and they're so good. They're really good. And I'm going to do a reread of these as well. If you guys can't tell, I love graphic novels. And the final one, which I haven't read, or nobody in my household has read this yet, but it looks really interesting. It's called Sheets, and this is by Brianna Thumler. And this was a Barnes & Noble Best Book of 2018, so it's going to be really good. I know that. I don't know much about this, except that it is a little bit darker than I think people think it's going to be. And I think it has to do with grief. So the illustrations are absolutely amazing in this. So I'm really looking forward to getting to sheets. I think there's another one that just came out in this series as well. So those are my hopeful reads for March. A lot of these hopefully I can get through quickly, as most of them are graphic novels, but yeah, we'll see how we do as usual. So yeah, if there's anything in particular that you guys have lined up that you're excited to read, please let me know. If you've read any of these before and you enjoyed them, please let me know as well. But whatever you're reading, I hope you're enjoying it. I'll be looking out for all of your March TBR videos, and thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.